The swipe of a finger, we can get multiple information and pictures. We can talk to people through text messages. Cell phones are very powerful. They can be used for good and bad. According to a 2010 Pew Internet Life and Project survey, 20% of children between the ages of 6 and 11 have a cell phone. That number jumps to 75% for kids between the ages of 11 and 17. I understand that the decision to let a child have a cell phone is very personal and one that each family has to make. There are three main reasons why I think kids should not have cell phones: cost, distraction, and safety. First, cost. I don't know about you, but I don't have a money tree growing in my backyard. I have to budget and work hard for everything that I have. Cell phones, the cost of cell phones can add up quickly. Basic talk and text plans generally cost between $40 and $60 a month. Additional data allowances are on average about $20 a month. Then there's the cost of the phone. If your kids are like mine, they're not always responsible, and I would have to replace the cell phone a lot, and that can get expensive. That's just the basics. Now think about any extras. Case protector, ringtones, games. Most kids that I know of don't have any income, especially under the age of 16. So who's going to foot this $50 to $80 bill every month? The second reason, distractions. Everyone gets distracted. Cell phones just seem to exaggerate this problem. A study conducted at the University of Alabama examined 77 children as they experienced a virtual reality environment, replicating the process of crossing a busy street. The kids saw traffic moving in each direction and also heard naturalistic sounds presented through a stereo speaker system. The children were wearing an apron that contained a cell phone. Randomly, some children received a phone call. During this call, the children were asked things like, "What is your favorite television show?" and "What do you like to do for fun?" The researchers found that when using the cell phone, kids were significantly more likely to be hit by a car or have a close call. It didn't matter if the children were experienced cell phone users or not. Another distraction happens at school. The Pew Internet and American Life Project reveals that almost 65% of teenagers that have a cell phone use it on the school grounds. What are they using it for? Cheating, maybe? 23% of those teens that have cell phones do not consider texting questions to their friends as cheating. 19% of those cell phone using students didn't consider surfing the internet to find answers as cheating. What are these kids learning? Is it fair to them? Not only is there the temptation to cheat, but kids are losing the art of communication. Have you ever watched a group of kids on their phones, heads down, fingers flying? They're talking to each other, but not verbally. What is their body language saying? It shows that they aren't interested in things going around them, and heaven forbid you ask them to put their phone away. They're very self-involved, and they have them on night or day, and it's affecting them. Dr. Ira E. Hyman of Psychology Today says that cell phones can be addictive and be the cause of the lack of sleep. The University of California, Los Angeles tracked 535 area high school students. The researchers found that the more time a student skipped on sleep, the worse he or she did on assignments or tests. Kids don't even realize how much time they spend on their phones. They lose track of time. My friend was telling me that right after she got her 14-year-old daughter an iPhone, she noticed that on her statement that her daughter had been on her phone for 11 hours in one day. She's regretting giving her daughter that phone. The principal reason I feel that kids should not have a phone is safety. Texting and driving, cyberbullying, and sexting are a few of the biggest threats. The National Highway Transportation Safety Association has determined that that driver inattention is the primary or contributing factor in as many as 25% of all police-reported traffic accidents. People can become so absorbed in their conversations and other cell phone use that the act of driving is severely impaired. In 2005, a Highlands Ranch, Colorado 17-year-old lost control of his car while texting and hit a bicyclist, who died 2 days later. The boy was charged with a misdemeanor, which comes with a maximum of 1 year in prison. He will have this tragedy follow him for the rest of his life, all because of a cell phone. Cyberbullying is when a teenager or child is harassed, humiliated, embarrassed, threatened, tormented, during using digital technology. It happens every day. Cyberbullying takes out the intimate factor of face-to-face interaction. The bully can't see, nor do they have any guilt about the hurt and pain that they've inflicted. The victim is very much alone. They usually don't let anyone know that it is happening, and they suffer in silence. These are average kids between the ages of 14 and 12. According to a new study published in the Medical Journal of Pediatrics, 1 in 5 middle school age students are sexting. Sexting is the act of sending and or receiving sexually explicit text or photo messages. Researchers at the University of Texas Medical Branch found that teens who sext are more likely to engage in sexual behaviors. The earlier kids are exposed to sex, the earlier they will engage. We have to keep it out of their hands. In 2012 October General Conference, Elder Dallin H. Oaks said, "Children are highly vulnerable. They have little or no power to protect or provide for themselves, and little influence on so much that is vital to their well-being. It is our job as parents, friends, aunts, uncles, brothers, and sisters to protect these special spirits that have been sent to us. I urge all of you to consider the implications that giving a child a phone can and will have. It is up to you to protect them."